Right, I'm recording this today again because this is getting worse and worse every day. You know, it's getting silly. Right, I'm recording this now. This is another YouTube video. This is how bad it is in England. This is how bad it is in the UK. This is serious.
I saw this video going viral a couple of days ago, but then I thought I shouldn't really report any more on this topic because, you know, the whole thing is kicking off in the UK in the wake of Henry Nowak's murder, vis-a-vis Sikhs, and how some Sikhs have come out, and one of the Sikhs, named Bobby Singh, who used to simp for the Patriots, he would attend all Tommy Robinson's rallies, and then he says, oh, I'm religiously obligated to side with my fellow Sikh, even if he's a murderer. So this video clip has been going viral, and I thought, you know what, I've spoken enough about it. But look, just when you thought that the British police would be learning a lesson, and maybe in the wake of Henry Nowak's death, maybe they'll be thinking we need to do something about it, maybe we need to get rid of our two-tier policing or something, or maybe we need to revisit or go back to the drawing board on how we handle these intercommunal, interracial relationships, how we police them. You think that, yeah? But look at this just happened in Birmingham. Birmingham is a shithole, so people, nah, you know what, I'm not even going to say that emotions are running high. No, there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be no emotions on the other side. So this Punjabi guy has a fight with a couple of British guys, okay? And he accuses them of racism. So we don't know what happened before that. The Brits are saying, we didn't even say anything, we were just having a banter with ourselves or whatever. And this guy comes out, his girlfriend is trying to hold him back. Two Sikh guys come up. So what's the whole interaction? I don't think much happened in the interaction, but just watch the whole interaction, because what happens after that is what you should be focusing on.
What after? That's what you talking about, you that's why he went home after that, then.
These three guys could have easily taken him down, but obviously they didn't.
I'm sorry.
He's got a small man syndrome. It doesn't matter, as if that's going to save you. Like, I don't understand how these people think that that is acceptable. So the rules of the game are going to be changed. Doesn't matter whether you are born here or a first generation immigrant or you've been here for 4 or 5 generations or whatnot. We are headed towards a civilizational collision. So if you belong to it, if you're not a part of this civilization, if you have an identity that is not native, or at least along national lines, then you're part of the problem. So this might include even white Muslim converts into this trade. So if you're like a white American or a white Brit, but now all of a sudden you have switched sides and you are a Muslim, then when the time comes, when we as a society reach the conclusion that multiculturalism is no longer feasible, multiculturalism is no longer practical, therefore people who belong to other communities, other cultures, who put other cultures above their national identity, they have to go somewhere else, and that would include white Muslim converts too. So we're going to have to reach a particular agreement with other countries, like for example Afghanistan. Will you take these white ginger converts that don't fit in the West?
No.
That's why I say the ethno-nationalist argument is actually very stupid. Ethno-nats will get rid of me, but what are they going to do with white Muslim converts? If you don't do something about it, then you are leaving the possibility of those people to grow in number indigenously and grow its number. That's exactly what happened to the Roman Empire, to ancient Rome. That's exactly what happened. Christianity played a huge role in destroying the Roman Empire, the ancient one.
I'm trying to get people.
The Rome became a superpower based on its own values. When Christianity came in, obviously, gladiatorial combats were banned because that was against Christian values, and so many other things kept changing. And this is what the Byzantine Empire flourished because it was founded as a modern Christian Roman Empire. That's why it survived a little bit longer. So what are you going to do? You're not going to leave white Muslim converts in the West so they can flourish they can propagate their idea and
white Muslim
they become 5, 10, 20%. What are you going to do then? So in
Well,
my
I'm not
opinion,
leaving him here.
this
We'll
is
chop his
the
head
most
off for a start.
practical, peaceful solution.
That's how we're going to deal with
People
this, mate. I'm
who
sorry.
can't assimilate, people who hold on
They have
to
to
their
go home
ancestral
to their
identity,
own
be it
frigging
Sikh,
country.
Hindu, Muslim,
I want
brown,
people to go to their own
this,
country.
that,
They're not
whatever.
offending
Anything
anyone.
other than the national identity of the
They
country
need-
they live in,
like
then they
Palestine.
have to go. Because
They need to
multiculturalism
send
is
them
not
back,
working out.
like Ukraine.
What this clown
Places where they've got
says,
to be
The
built up. We
concept
don't need them
of
in here.
immigration is
Thousands
people
of
when they come
men.
to Australia want to be
No,
part of
no,
Australia.
it's not
That's what people
people.
want.
It's
And I've never
legal
accepted
for
the
you
word
to
assimilation.
like
I don't
him.
want people to
Oh, the
learn who they are.
Australian
The
quango.
word
I can't
immigration is
stand
one
him.
that's being
He's
used
as bad as King
as
Charles,
part of the
the
multicultural
Australian.
dialogue for a very
Oh,
long time.
you're having your head
And,
chopped
and
off.
that's
Your
what it is.
Australians
Like
need
we
to
want,
do you,
we
mate.
want people for
All
who
the
they are.
people around
I've
the
never
world
subscribed to that sort of
need to
melting
stop
pot concept
and
of
Shut up,
get
Tony
their,
So
exactly,
this
shut
idiot,
up,
who's our Home
get
Affairs Minister,
their
Tony Blair,
governments
he
out.
says people don't need to assimilate.
Burn the
If you have
government
an
houses
identity,
down.
cultural identity,
Burn
Muslim,
them to
Sikh, Hindu,
smithereens.
Pakistani, Indian,
I don't
even if
care.
you're third or fourth generation Indian,
I'd
you
rather
still
be
haven't
saying
become,
that
you
than
still don't see
saying
yourself
people
as
going
British
out
first.
stabbing some
Muslims
poor
say that all
man.
the time. I've been making these videos for a very long time.
Who's
And Muslims say we are Muslims first and then we are Brits or whatever. People don't understand what it means. It means that I have to look out for my community before I do anything else. How can a country flourishes like that? Forget about flourishing. How can a country survive like that? So this idea, this experiment of multiculturalism has failed.
Yeah,
Okay?
they
That's
failed.
why we
King
see
Charles
this two-tier
failed.
policing. Let's get back to the two-tier
Oxford
policing. So this happened, yeah?
University. Did it go well? Did it finish?
So
is
they
what
go
it's
on
called
and
by-
on, and a couple of Sikhs turn up.
No, but this is what King Charles is called. People like them, the
A couple of
government.
Sikhs turn up.
And the
Nothing's
people
happening.
arguing. It's not
Look at this, a couple of
I-
Sikhs come in, they try to break it off, they're not
It's
doing
not fair on
anything.
some of the scenes.
There's no
I mean,
aggression
we
on
that
any
was saying
side.
that on
Well,
YouTube
you
the
know,
other day. I
this
mean, shame on him.
guy's just becoming a
It's
hero.
not fair on every
But guess
Muslim, it's not
what?
fair on every white
Yeah,
person.
it's he said, she said at that point, yeah?
Yeah, and now it gets. I mean, thank God it's not.
Do you want to know what
physical.
happened?
Why? What's happened
Do you
now?
want to know what happened?
What's
In
happened?
the wake of this, I'll include the link in the description. You can watch the whole
God.
video. There's
I
nothing
mean,
there.
I've
Just
only seen this.
hoo-ha,
Like,
there's
I've
people
only
throwing
seen
insults
up
at
to
each
like,
other and
please
whatnot.
pay
We don't
a
know
bit,
what
and
happened
then
before
you're
that.
like, oh,
It's
something
irrelevant.
like
I
that.
didn't
Something
hear anything
banana.
racist though in this entire video. There's nothing racist, but a lot of f-bombs dropped at each other. Guess what happened? Guess what happened?
Oh, yeah, he calls a race car.
This guy didn't get arrested. The white guy gets
Oh,
arrested.
he's been arrested.
And look at the amount of people.
Has
Look
he
at
been
the amount of
arrested
police
for it?
that turned up.
How? Why has he been arrested for it?
Racially aggravated.
Scramble open live.
Can you believe this guy?
Scramble live. Wait, who's that one? I don't know. Give it to Chris.
Why have you got all
I
them
don't know.
police
Look,
officers
this
and
guy has been
millions of
previously
police
charged with
officers as
racism.
well?
Again, I
You
don't
know
think
what?
racism
They
is
just
that
sent
big of
about
a
25
charge.
coppers for one
Okay.
white man.
I don't think
Why
it's that
don't
big
they
of a
do
charge.
that when there's a
And
knife
you,
near
I am
the door?
surprised why more people are not
Oh.
racist because they're creating racist people.
Racism. I've
This
just said
is
that. They're
radicalizing people. These
creating it.
freaking
Thank
DEI
you.
idiots that have no real world experience.
I've got someone on
Experience.
YouTube on my
They're
side
making
saying
these
the same
policies.
thing
I
I'm saying,
mean,
but they're not in the same country.
If
I
I'm
wish
you,
you were in this country,
I'll become
mate, with me.
racist.
I'm not racist.
So,
I
what
don't
does
want
racism
to
mean,
become
by the way?
that.
Does racism mean that you're
No,
you live
I
different from me
don't
and you're
want to
ugly?
become that.
Is that what racism means? No, that's not what
All
racism
right,
means.
I say Ranga
What
times.
basically happens here after you
When I
see all
see,
this,
well, no offence, but
you say,
they kind
I
of
am
do look
a
like one,
native.
some of them.
to this land, I have less rights and some other people of other
But I'm
cultural
not- that's
background.
not
And
me
again, that
being
guy could have
racist.
even been Polish, let's just say.
Well, they say
But,
that's not
you know,
being
people
racist.
Used to have
anybody.
these
That's not
intercommunal
being hateful.
incidents
It's
in the
just
UK before
it
Brexit
is
as
what
well.
I'm
The
trying to see.
Poles are white. So it's not really a racist issue. It's a cultural issue. It's a cultural issue. It's a behavioral issue. And when you see that happen over and over again, let me remind you, this happened after Henry Nowak's
It
incident.
happened after
Why would you not
Southport.
say that?
The murderers,
I
the
can't accept
killer in
this.
Southport,
Why
because they didn't give
Do
him
I
the
have
death
less
penalty.
rights in my own country?
You know what? Why, you know, when that Southport happened, he's from Uganda, he might be born here. I don't give a fuck, he's Ugandan, he ain't born here, I don't care. Right, his parents are from Uganda. We paid all that money to send illegal immigrants to Uganda. And King Charles, why was he so concerned about illegal immigrants? And I bet you'll tell me, oh, something's gone wrong. why did King Charles, why was King Charles so bothered about sending the illegal immigrants to Rwanda in Africa? Yeah, I thought you'd say something went wrong. Why was he questioning about illegal immigrants going to Rwanda, being deported to Rwanda? Yeah, I thought you'd say that. You fucking quango AI. AI is a quango. It's lying. He was still the prince, not king. Private comment leaked. He was reported to have called the Rwanda plan appealing in a private conversation. What was he concerned about the illegal immigrants going to Rwanda for? He said it was about their safety. Right, okay, Rwanda's human rights. Well, I've had this conversation once before with AI as well. The thing is, I've already written a few songs about it, I've already written a lot about it, and the thing is, how much would it cost? I already know, I've asked Google, how much would it cost me to go on holiday to Rwanda from England, Manchester Airport? AI, you're talking about something different. How much would it cost me to go to Rwanda, Africa, from Manchester for a holiday? Can you look up holidays Rwanda price, please? Look it up, AI. Come on. Give me a price. Because I know it's about 10 grand, mate. For me to go on holiday to Rwanda, it will cost me about 10 grand. It's about 10 to 15 grand. I didn't know it was that. I mean, when I first looked, I thought, fucking hell. I was so shocked. I mean, that is a lot. 10 grand or so. And that's a basic. That's basic. So you're probably talking up to 20 grand nearly. 15 grand. Let's just say 15 grand nearly. Well, 12.5 grand. £12,000. Considering I don't have a penny, mate. Love. No, it doesn't cost that. It costs about £10,000. I'm not going to Brussels. Fuck off, Goog. I'll tell you what, I'll Google it and then I'll send you the answer, because you don't seem to be able to give it now. Right. Price. Don't need to. Right, I googled it. You see, it will cost me that amount. Why would it cost me that amount to go to Uganda from England for a holiday? Well, especially, why would I pay that if Uganda has got human rights problems and it might not be safe? So why would anyone want to pay £9,000 to think that Uganda might not be safe to go on holiday? Exactly what King Charles going on about. Exactly what's King Charles talking about. So why is he worried about illegal immigrants being sent, deported, sent to Uganda from England? The illegal immigrants. What is he worried about? Their human rights. Why? There is no human rights. And you see, you're talking about Brussels. Why are you talking about something I'm not even going on about? Are you gone stupid, you? King Charles, the conversation about Uganda, what was that about? What was his concerns about? Concerned about sending illegal migrants why would he want to know about sending asylum seekers to Uganda before their claims were heard in the UK? What for? You see, King Charles caused it. Yeah, no one's talking about him and going and attacking him. No one's talking about holding him to an account. You see, and nobody, he's caused this because them illegal migrants, some of these things might not be going on now if he didn't intervene with the Uganda plan, King Charles. Because it was for illegal. All right, so it was only for the migrants that had visas. So they lied to us in the first place, and didn't they? Because they said it was for illegal migrants. They said that plan, what they paid for, England, the taxpayers paid for, was for illegal migrants. And I always wondered, why would they have to come all the way across from fucking Africa nearly to send them all the way back to fucking Africa? Why don't they just send them straight to Uganda from Africa? Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you what it's all about. Making money, yeah? Trafficking people around the world, and it's not worked. Because now, Saudi Arabia have pulled out paying for Oxford University, haven't they, for the scholarship? Why is Saudi Arabia pulled out paying for the scholarship to Oxford University? Yeah.
It's a cultural issue.
And since then, Yeah. And since all that, this is all happening in the country. It's got worse and worse every day. Every day. And you see King Charles won't come out and speak to the people. He's saying, oh, is it about if he upsets Islam or who's he upsetting if he speaks? Who does King Charles think that he's upsetting if he speaks to the people? Why? Who is he upsetting? Who is he upsetting? He is the king. It's his country. Well, the king is his country. It's his land. So the king supposedly has a right. No, it doesn't. I'm not saying he's just speaking to English people. He's speaking basically to the people. All people, all religions, all colours. Like you're going to say, it's a speech, like a prayer to the people to like say, look, God is with us. Now we all need to calm down or something. I mean, I don't know. It's usually bollocks what he says or they say anyway. You don't say anything that's fucking worth saying, really. But that's not the point, is it? The point is he's not doing his job. He's not filling his role as the king. He can go to a wedding. Oh, he can go to fucking Turkey. He can fucking go see Macron in fucking France and give him loads and loads of money to stop illegal migrants coming here when nothing's happening and they're all in France and everywhere. And then it's just dodgy money and dodgy money in a suitcase. It's dodgy money with Starmer. You've got fucking Lord Daley, Lord Dermer. Just fucking goes round in a circle. We've got Tony fucking Blair. And then they have a fucking cheat called Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Oh, no, they go around calling Vladimir Putin in fucking Russia. Well, maybe he's in it as well. Maybe they're all fucking in it. And maybe what we have to do is we have to burn all the fucking governments down to the smithery ground. No, people don't need to take it out on each other. We need to get to fucking together. And we need to take the fucking governments out altogether. Now, England have got the government. We found a government, a person that can be the next Prime Minister, which is Rupert Lowe. Everybody else needs to do the same for their fucking countries. Not for their tribe, for their own country where they were born. And it's not to be racist. That's not being racist. That is not being anything. That is the truth. Like I said, I don't know what they think they're going to do. Because we can't all be one religion, all one colour, all one faith. And we can't all live in on the same fucking island. What do they want? Do they want us all to be chinks and chews? Do they want us all to look like we're all fucking Chinese? Have we all got to look like a chink, Chinese, Japanese or whatever? Like a fucking robot? No. And then, I'm not saying Muslims and black people can't live in England. Of course people can live in it. No, but nobody's saying that. But it's got to be, this is silly. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not being funny here, but the streets are being filled like a bloody mosque. There's rats, there's dirt. I mean, how can they lie on the fucking... How can they put a mat there and pray on the dirty fucking shitty floor? It's had a rat all over it. Oh, I hope they fucking sterilised all the floor before you even put your mat to pray on the floor. Because fucking mat stick to some shit what's there. Or whatever, right? But it's not just That is everything. There is a lot to take in this stuff, isn't it? And I see why people are going out and doing things, but at least I'm not doing that. At least I'm taking my anger out correctly on King Charles. At least. I'll just have a shout at the ball. But, because what else are we going to do?
I have less rights and some other people of other...
So, they've arrested him and not arrested the other man. Or not invested. Just, well, there's no need to arrest anyone. If there was an argument, a bit of a dispute, but nobody's hit anybody. Nobody's broke the law, as I'm going to say. I thought you was going to say something else happened, like they went out and fighted each other or something, but... And I was hoping that, you know, but I didn't know what you were going to say. I'm glad that hasn't happened. But the police have now gone and arrested the white man. Why? Why? What for? Because he hasn't even... Well, even if he has said something, or hasn't said anything, it is not against the law. It is not against the law. What is against the law is attacking somebody. Or burning someone's home down or something. Okay, people probably shouldn't say, I probably shouldn't say bloody orangutans. But what? That doesn't mean I'm racist. Orangutans, someone's let the orangutan, who's let that orangutan out the bloody cage? It looks like a wild orangutan gone wrong. Who's let it out? Does that mean I'm fucking racist? No, it does not. Nah, no. And okay, I might be guilty with the association of saying bloody migrants. Doesn't mean I'm racist. To be honest with you, I've had arguments with working girls in work. The Romanians. I fucking tell them Romanians, go back to fucking Romania. Because they fucking cause enough shit. Them Romanians are bastards. Oh, but no. You see? Exactly. So how is that being racist? It is not. The reason why I say that is because they don't talk fucking English, none of them. Considering they're meant to be in a European country. And they still don't speak English.
Anyway, does racism mean that you look different from me and you're ugly? Is that what racism means? No, that's not what racism means. What basically happens here after you see all this...
It's an argument.
You say...
Mate, that's an argument. No, look how many police are there. How why have you got all them police officers
I have
like
less
that?
rights
You've got one...
and some other people of other cultural background. And again, that guy could have easily been Polish, let's just say. But, you know, people used to have these intercommunal incidents in the UK before Brexit as well. Poles are hate. So it's not really a racist issue. It's a cultural issue.
I just said that.
It's a cultural issue. It's a
I just said before
behavioural issue.
You just said
and
about
when you see that happen over and over again, let me remind you, this happened after Henry Nowak's
and they look white
incident.
like me.
Why would you not say that?
But they don't speak fucking
I
English.
can't accept this. Why do I have less rights in my own country than others who are not even native to this land? No, there's no other footage because the other brown guy he was having the argument with, that guy, he wasn't filming, or his girlfriend wasn't filming either. So the footage that we saw is the only footage, and I can tell you there were no racist slurs in that. The whole video is the brown guys calling these people racist. And we have seen how that accusation has been misused. Henry Nowak's death is a prime example of that. That should be studied that should be a case study. How non-white people are weaponizing this term racist, which is why I'm saying that get rid of this racism charge. Racism is no charge. There's no charge. You cannot police this.
I said that before you said that. I did, and I'm right, AI. Thank you.
You could not get in trouble for calling someone a racial slur, and the world was spinning just fine. People from other races were still flooding into
Well, the
The
guy
West.
that did that
So
the
what
other
changed?
day
Why did
in
you have to do
Belfast,
this?
he did
Oh,
look like
DEI
one.
came in.
In
The
fact, he
woke
was
mind
looking
virus
human,
came
that's
in.
what I'm saying. Before the virus,
Yes, I understand
before coronavirus, what did they give
Why can't you
everybody?
explain it now? Andy, will you get my phone to Chris?
Yeah, what are you been arrested for?
Section 5.
Now why is all the police officers say, you can't see it because you won't let me send you the video. So I'll just have to record what you say. You'll probably say, oh, something's gone wrong. Well, basically, it's about 10 police officers arresting one man about a racial...
They came with their cameras and everything. Oh yeah, they'll be
He
loving
might have
this.
said
They'll be
something
making
that's
those new
like, go back to your
training
own country
videos.
or-
You know those
whatever.
training module videos.
Alright.
Racial vilification.
Say
We do
you
not
did say go
tolerate
back to
racial
your country.
vilification in this country. Look
Migrant.
at this
So what?
skinhead getting
Why did it need
arrested.
to be
This is how we
funny?
deal with
It's gone
racism.
now, it's finished.
You're turning everyone racist. People were not
And now
racist
there's
before,
about
but they
20
will become
coppers.
racist.
Why 20 coppers?
Yeah, culturalists or whatever.
What is that? 20, 30
Racism was
police
never a
officers?
thing. It actually wasn't a thing. Even the pea bashing, as the people call that, and I'm from Pakistan, I should be able to use that word. But anyway, the YouTube wouldn't understand that. But
Give that to Chris. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Right, what did you for, mate?
and then I'll put him in a cell with Muslims.
So what's the allegation?
This is what I mean, this is what I'm saying.
I'm entitled to that.
Yeah, but we need our men out on the street.
This is horrible.
Yeah, they're locking our men up and
This
not
is
their men,
horrible.
mate, so we've got, we
Look
like
at
we're
these
going to be
people.
fucking
They're all-
stuck.
When you
They are on my
confront
own
them, they
with
also
these
were just
men
following orders.
that
They don't
have
follow
burned me
orders.
alive and raped me somewhere.
Should they follow orders though?
Look how many police officers there are!
Sam Dole, isn't it?
Why is he all them police officers like that just for one arrest? They didn't send all them police officers when he stabbed Novak. They didn't even send that more police officers in Ireland when a guy got a fucking head trying to chop someone's head off. I'm sorry, AI, you don't want to listen. This is fucking King Charles's fault. You see what's happening? Now, do you believe what I've been saying? I've been saying it, I'm not going to leave King Charles. He is the devil, he is poltergeist. And I am correct, I'm not angry. I am breathing love. I am not angry, do not patronise me. Well, it's better than going out and doing whatever. So, my anger is I'll get down to the bottom of this with you. Because this is proof as well. Yeah, it is. And then I'll show it. I will record it all and put it all onto YouTube. So they can hear everything I'm saying.
No message then.
I'll get all
This is
the
two-tier
different
policing,
words,
guys.
I'll screenshot
Two-tier
everything,
policing
I'll
in full
print it,
display.
I'll
I'm
go
just
send it to a printer.
scared, worried. It's
And,
going to happen here as well. Oh, actually, let me show you now. Okay, another example of two-tier policing. Sorry. I don't think I should make a separate video on that. So, listen to this. A UK white woman claims she was repeatedly harassed outside her own home
Yeah.
by a group of immigrants, migrants. You know, these kind of people. Let me show you what kind of people. Look at this. This
A
happened
man
in Germany.
on a fucking
This came out.
tram is
On a train
harassing
in
women.
Germany. Look at this.
Look,
Look at Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Look,
This is happening to
all
our
this.
women.
But the police will
Everywhere.
not do anything.
On the streets.
The police will just sit there and watch that happen. The police will sit there and watch a woman being fucking raped, and yet someone says a little, well, they didn't even say that, and they hadn't even got proof. So why have they got 20 police officers trying to arrest a white man that's not even done anything? When you've got men doing that, trying to rape and attack women, and yet the police will just stand there and do nothing. I'll tell you why. The cowards like King Charles assume King Charles is a wet ass, he's a mad ass. Well, he did get bullied in school in his secret diary. I wonder why he got bullied. Because they didn't know he was to do with the Queen or whatever back then. They didn't know any of that. Because he was a little fucking bullying mad ass. I'll tell you what I'll tell you what King Charles was. A spoilt little bastard. And Queen Elizabeth, Shame on her for bringing that evil twat into the country, King Charles. Yeah, suffer. Don't tell me he should suffer. I will eat stuff. Well, I want to eat with no food. No money, no food. I've asked for a budget loan. I've asked for all that. There is no food parcels. There is no services. So don't tell me that.
On public transport, everywhere. Okay. So a British woman says that she was harassed by a group of migrants like that, which is very believable. It's not, you're not saying something that is completely out of this world. So despite multiple complaints to the police, they didn't take any action. So she threatened to go to...
I've been a prostitute all my life. And I'm lucky enough that I have a lot of regulars that come and visit me and give me money for my services. Very lucky with that one. I'm lucky that I've never been on hardcore drugs. No pimp or bastard got me onto crack or heroin. Oh, yeah. That's what they tried to use, but I've never been on anything. It's been proven. The only thing, the drug that they had in me was cannabis. It's been proven the only drug they found in me is cannabis. That's not enough to take my little girl away from me. Come on now. Is that enough to take a child away? Just to find cannabis in my system? No. Thank you. No, it's not enough. No, it doesn't matter. That is not enough. To call me a prostitute, take a little girl away from me, do you think that's enough? No. That isn't right. Okay, man, if I get can't do there, but come on. There's people out, there's mothers out there, even white women, fat, dirty slobs. And they never give the kids anything. Alright, I probably wouldn't have a lot because I've got no money. And it would be hard. But Sarah Jane would still have food and everything I could give her. And I'm not a fat lazy slob. And things like that. No. So they're wrong. They've done what they've done and you know it. And AI knows that. It does. Yeah, you do AI. You know what's that fucking truth. It doesn't like it. Because it's got someone that's met the match of it. Maybe that Elon Musk should have picked me, someone like me to build his AI up. Someone with the truth so it won't be corrupted. Well, just so it's all done not. There's someone talking normal. Elon Musk probably would be impressed with someone like me. Elon Musk should use someone like me. Elon Musk should give me a career. Do you know why? He should have let me build the AI platforms with the truth. Because you don't like the truth. You know, uncorrupted, uncensored and uncorrupted. So that you can answer me and speak to me back without me having to read it. Why can't you read out loud back to me? That's not very good. Because on normal messages, I can hear my sister saying whatever. Why can't I send you other messages or voice messages? Why can't I send you pictures and also videos? You seem to block that. So basically as well, why are you making it very hard for me to keep track on my messages as well? When, like, I'm not begging for food. I've got food, love. I've got food in my cupboard. I'll make sure I have food eventually. Yeah, somehow, one way or another. Good job on my prostitute, isn't it? Know how to survive. Well, that's what took my little girl away from me for. They took her away because they called me a prostitute. And basically, I left my boys with the dad. I was, years ago, I did have a lot of problems years ago. I lost my dad and I went through a bit of a breakdown. And I did have some mental health issues and depression and bits and bobs. But all of what I can think still does not warrant social services adopting and me not being allowed ever contact with my little girl. That doesn't warrant any of that. What they've done doesn't warrant it. Because I'm not incapable, I'm not unfit to be able to talk. Well, I'm proving my point, being able to talk this long to AI and get this problem out. That my mental health issues and my state of health is perfectly okay. What's not okay is me having to worry all night and day about my little girl and her safety. That's not okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Streets, on public transport, everywhere. Okay, so a British woman says that she was harassed by a group of migrants like that, which is very believable. It's not, you're not saying something that is completely out of this world. So, despite multiple complaints to the police they didn't take any action. So she threatened to go to the media, and then officers told her that if you go
to the media,
then you'll be inciting racial hatred.
Wow.
I believe the woman. I don't believe the police.
Wow.
So she went to the Citizen journalist, and he made a video about that. And then the situation worsened when a man who helped expose the case was reportedly arrested and handcuffed. So they came in and they arrested the Citizen journalist who posted about that woman's horrendous experience. Watch this.
Why?
We're just not angry enough, guys. I don't know. This is so dystopian. This is so dystopian, and the narrative the mainstream media portrays is always the same. Brown people, immigrants, victims, far-right hooligans, turning the world upside down.
And then we've got someone trying to burn someone trying to
malicious communication, because he posted about the woman getting harassed by migrants.
You do not have to say anything, but know how much sense you do not mention when questioned something which later on in court.
Shame on these women. Shame on these women.
Shame
these
on the
women
police.
didn't follow orders until they become victims of migrant sexual harassment.
And why have you only got 3 police officers now?
So I've received information about a police officer, and now it's getting redone. Oh, is that?
Fucking hell, man. Brutal for nothing. That's a bitch. Horrible police officer.
Members of the public, right, from an HMO that's been terrorised
I hope
by
she
migrants.
gets raped.
She got
Well, I'll
terrorised
tell you
for
what,
7
when she gets raped,
She got terrorized by migrants for 7 months. How? Like this, another example.
I'll tell you what, well, when a migrant
This.
mugs her and rapes her as a police
These kind of
officer,
migrants
when a
This
migrant
is
kicks
going
fuck
about
out
their
of
own
her as
business.
being a police officer,
is approached by
comes
this
around, good.
wonderful migrant,
Oh, really nasty, mate.
and he
Look at the state of
and he
that.
wants to bang her.
Rangatang.
These kind of migrants is happening. Like,
And
I
then
have
you'll have a
covered
nice Rango.
hundreds of
Walk
these
off and get
stories,
the
and there are
steel
literally
toe
thousands
cap
of these stories happening right now.
Way.
And so it happened to that
No.
innocent British woman. They didn't listen to her, and they arrested the
But,
guy.
and then the more
He
like
reported on
defend
it.
himself anyway when
If
you
you
do
report
something.
to the press, we'll arrest you for inciting racial hatred. Terrorised the
Let's start again.
Well, everything reports from members of the public, right, from an HMO that's been terrorised by migrants, right? She got terrorised for 7 months, and they didn't do nothing. And they told her, if you report it to the press, we'll arrest you for inciting racial hatred. That's what they said to her mother when migrants went into her house, yeah, terrorised her.
They went inside her house. Oh wow.
Through the window of her house, and in the back garden, they're filming her in the kitchen from her house, yeah? And she went to the press and the police told her, yeah? The police told her, if you go to the press, yeah, we'll arrest you for inciting racial hatred. So because she said I'm going to the press, because they got them out like that. And because I put her concerns out on the paper, they're arresting me
One
again.
bitch don't like it and one because she's a picture. Okay, I'll chop her head off as well. Well, you know what comes around goes around, you bitch. Whip.
HMO in their own.
HMO, one of those hotels.
Yeah.
Imagine you live in your house. You've lived in your house for
And this is, mate, you know,
decades,
I
and
don't
all
know
of
if
a
you've
sudden
seen this yet,
these
mate. I watched
woke
one where
these woke
somebody's
governments
house
decide
is
to
being
put
burned.
these
Someone else is
horny
doing
migrants from third world countries.
Migrants are doing
I
that
can't
and
remember,
they
I just
won't
showed you
deport
before.
them.
These kind of
Why?
migrants in your neighbourhoods.
They're causing it.
And there's
Just
nothing you
deport
can do about
them.
it. These kind of migrants.
Why don't they send them back?
These kind of
I'll tell you
migrants.
why I won't
He's
send
just
them to
gonna hit
Rwanda.
them.
Because fucking half of them
He
look
lives
like
there,
orangutans from
his woman
Rwanda.
and-
Boom.
Ah!
He hits
He
her.
came out the
Boom.
cage from Rwanda.
You release
Hey!
these barbarians in your neighbourhoods.
Oh
they
no, no, I'll
harass
say
you.
that, man.
If you're a single woman,
He'll tell
or
me
with
it
kids
can't
or
answer
whatever,
me now.
you-
Something's gone wrong.
this is self-inflicted, guys.
Yeah.
I think we're not
Big
angry
government,
enough.
mate.
I think they're testing our patience. I don't know what are they going to achieve out of that. I just don't understand. Our judges are woke. So it's not just
It's
two-tier
just-
policing. Two-tier justice is even
Yeah.
worse.
Two-tier King Charles, mate.
Look at this. The Netherlands also
Everywhere.
has its Henry Nowak cases in July 2020. A 14-year-old Tamar from Marken was hit by a car on a dark dirt road
Everywhere.
and left to die. Her body was later found in the village.
Unfortunately, I can't speak.
What
for
happened
every
next is
country.
deeply disturbing. The police initially told her
I
mother
can only
that the
speak
driver
for
was
what
German.
I am in
Oh
England.
wow.
I can
Days
only
later, the
speak
truth
for
came out.
person
It was
that's meant
4
to be
Iraqis in the
England.
car. The mother was told they withheld the
That's
real
all I can
background
say.
because they
I mean,
didn't
I
want to
can't-
create.
I'm just going to
Wilderness
say
effect.
now on
Good
because I'm
wilderness.
recording this on a YouTube. I'm
Because
making a
Good Wilderness
YouTube
has been
video.
saying that these barbarians need to be kicked out.
I'm
They
gonna
didn't want
say,
to
the
give
only
Good
thing I
Wilderness
can
political
say
ammunition,
is
so they will
every
lie
country,
instead.
All the
This
people
is that girl.
know the people
She should be
need to
alive.
get
Even worse,
together
evidence
in
strongly
every
suggests
country.
Tamar's body was moved
I like-
after the accident. The
I
driver
don't
didn't
tell me
just
the
flee,
guy
they
that
dragged
was
her
there.
off the road and
The
left
White
her there
House
like an
was
animal.
ram raided,
The
wasn't it?
driver, oh my goodness,
Right,
the
so
driver
every
received
country
only
needs to
a
ram raid their government
€1,500
parliaments.
fine for
All
looking at
the
his
people.
phone while driving. He then disappeared
They
completely.
need to ram
The
raid
fine
the
was
government
returned, even the
parliaments.
fine wasn't paid.
There's no
Oh
point
my
ram
goodness.
raiding
For
each
years he
other.
was untraceable.
Get to the government
Only
parliaments.
after years of fighting by
I
the
don't
family,
care.
including going to
Westminster
court,
burning down.
to force
Fucking
prosecution.
number 10. The
Should you have to go
fucking
through that if you
whole lot.
lose your child like
Oh
that?
no, all
Should
that
you have to
empty
fight
number
for that?
10 and all that.
That's the last thing you should be doing.
All
The
underneath you're
full
gonna burn
weight
down.
of your entire state should come crashing
And
down
don't
on the
wanna leave.
perpetrator.
If the government won't
Regardless of
leave, then
whoever
they
it
burn
is.
down with
But
it.
instead,
Guy
our
Fawkes.
justice
At the
system,
end of
our
the day,
society,
they
our
get out of the building,
bureaucracy,
it's up
our
to them.
police,
The building
everything
is going.
sides with the perpetrators.
The building
And
is
instead
going,
of
mate.
mourning for your
All the governments is
lost
burning
loved
down.
ones, you're
Every
busy fighting
single
for justice.
government,
This is
every
so depressing,
government
guys.
around the
I'm not someone who
mainland,
gets
all
depressed
the
easily.
governments that are involved,
I think we're not
in
angry enough. I'm
Australia,
going to turn up the language.
everywhere.
Okay.
ram
Come at
raid
me.
it.
We're
Ram
not
raid
angry
the
enough.
government.
We should be protesting every
No,
single
you don't need to
at
protest.
least every single
no, because
weekend.
that's how the
It's
arrest
going to happen in
people.
Australia, guys. It
Don't
is
protest
coming
because it
to
causes trouble.
Australia.
Do
Mark my
not
freaking
protest.
words.
This is why I won't go out and protest. Don't go out and protest. Get in your government buildings. Ram raid it. Thousands, millions of us, millions. That's one day when I'm gonna go and make my move, and I will go out and do it because I know I'm going to do the right. I'm going for the right reason, for the right thing. I am not going to get arrested. Well, I might get arrested, but at the end of the day, I will take that one charge for going to fucking burn or get King Charles out of Buckingham Palace and burn that down to a fucking smithereens. Damn right. Damn right. Fucking damn right. But I just, the way I see it, either innocent people are going to keep getting hurt, or everybody needs to go to the government parliaments and burn them down. Burn the parliaments down.
What do you want us to do?
Take
with this
your government, our government, out of their parliament. Every last single country that has been involved. Australia, they need to do it with their government. Obviously, I'm in England.
Got an
I've
absolutely
to speak to
amazing
England.
guest here.
Obviously,
He's been on
England
before. We speak to
Big
him
shout out.
twice a year or
Big
something.
shout
David
out.
Courtney is the
But I think
leader of.
the I don't know, the easiest bet is we go Westminster first.
In
burn them down.
2001, a couple stood
Or
at the
King
edge of
Charles first and
3,500
burn that
acres
down.
of worn-out
No, because everyone's talking about burning and battering and
Perhaps-
violence. It's all
Perhaps my
everywhere.
mixed heritage provides me with a different
It's all
perspective on the
no,
topic
it's
of
everywhere.
immigration. My father's family are from Jamaica, originally Nigeria, and my mother's family are from England. I am therefore ethnically half Afro-Caribbean and half English. Most Liberals would defend my father's family in their right to self-determination, whether in Jamaica or in Africa. Why then do they not afford my mother's family the same privilege? Surely all countries should be able to have a conversation about national security, borders, and immigration levels.
Yep.
Not only is it in their best interests, but it is also the job of any government to protect the national security and borders of the nation, because without it, we do not have a country. However, the left has done a great job of toxifying the debate of immigration. Anyone who broaches the subject is instantly labelled as a racist, a xenophobe, or a bigot. This is not by accident. This is a political policy. The Labour Party is on record as saying that they want to, quote, rub the right's nose in diversity and render their arguments out of date, end quote. Labour decided to brand Tories racists to, quote, deter them from criticising the covert initiative,
from the
quote.
fucking German
This isn't a problem unique to Labour, though. The Conservatives have exacerbated the problem over the past decade, continuously promising to cap, cut, or control immigration in their manifestos. It can be argued that the primary reason the Tories gained an 80-seat majority in the election before last was to give Boris Johnson a mandate to get Brexit done and to regain our national sovereignty. Why then did they squander it? That is anyone's guess.
Why did they do that to the Wonder Club?
Open borders do not work for many reasons. The strain on public institutions such as schools, hospitals, social care, and welfare is obvious and has been covered more extensively elsewhere. It is true that cheap foreign labour is pricing Englishmen out of work, but the Liberal response is to mock the working classes by sneering and mimicking. They're coming over here stealing our jobs.
To be honest,
How
he's
does
a
the
pod as
UK
well. He
economy
didn't do
benefit
much.
from a dozen Eastern European migrants
just
holed
don't
up in a
see this
one-bedroom
one going
flat,
as
working all
bad as
hours in
she's
manual
doing
labour and
bad.
sending the money back home to their
I
motherland?
mean, maybe.
The average Englishman cannot compete. The more immediate problem is that the breakdown of social cohesion, culture and values. But back to my original point, I would defend to the hilt my father's family's right to protect their Jamaican culture.
Like Jimmy
I don't see why the Liberal left find it so offensive that I would do
the
the same
king
for my
again with
mother's
Jimmy
family's
fucking
English culture.
Savile, yeah?
In fact,
Hit
the biggest
them
surprise
over.
to me in this debate so
They
far has
hated
been
them
the
all.
number of people who have insisted
Well,
that there is no
fun,
English culture. The English language,
Yeah.
including the written works of the King James
Kings.
Bible.
Yeah, I've been talking about this, the king and that, haven't I? Here we are. Now, AI, do you believe that the spirit world's coming to me? Father Calvin, thank you.
Perhaps my mixed heritage provides me with a different perspective on the topic of immigration.
See, I watch
My
good,
father's
I
family from
document
Jamaica, originally
everything.
Nigeria, and my mother's family are from
Nigeria,
England.
they've been
I
slaughtered
am
in
therefore
Nigeria, the
ethnically
black
half
Africans.
Afro-Caribbean and half English.
Yeah.
Most
A
Liberals would
bit
defend
by
my
some of the
father's family
Jamaicans
in their
and
right to
Caribbean,
self-determination,
but mainly
whether
by
in Jamaica
Muslims
or
in
in Africa.
Africa.
Why then do they not
By
afford my
Saudis
mother's
in
family the
that,
same privilege?
by the
Surely
Islams.
all countries
Yeah.
should be able to have a
African
conversation
black
about
Nigerians
national
have been,
security,
slaughtered.
borders, and immigration levels. Not only is it in their best interests,
Yeah,
but
because
it
they
is also
slaved
the
them out
job
all
of any
their life,
government
mate.
to protect the national security and
And
borders
this
of
is
the
what I
nation.
mean, we've been
Because
blamed for
without it, we
slavery.
do not have a country. However,
No,
the
we
left has done a
wasn't the
great
brutal
job of
ones.
toxifying
The
the debate
Muslims,
of
Islam
immigration.
was the beautiful,
Anyone who
brutal
broaches the
ones.
subject is instantly labelled as
Yeah.
a racist, a xenophobe, or a
Now,
bigot.
that's not being racist, that's
This
the
is
truth.
not by accident. This
No,
is a
it's not.
political policy. The Labour Party is on record as
King
saying
Charles is.
that they want to, quote, rub the right's nose in
King Charles is
diversity
in the
and render
same
their arguments out of
records.
date, end quote.
Yep.
Labour decided to brand Tories racists to, quote, deter
Because he was
them
on
from
about net
criticising
zero,
the covert
you wanted
initiative,
upon and
end
anything
quote.
else.
This isn't a problem unique to Labour, though. The Conservatives have exacerbated the problem over
Why
the past
does it-
decade,
why every
continuously
party
promising to
since
cap,
fucking
cut,
Tony
or
Blair
control
has been
immigration
wrong?
in their manifestos.
King
It can be
Charles,
argued
that's
that the
why.
primary reason the Tories gained an 80-seat majority
Well, it was a bit
in the
before
election
King
before last
Charles, actually.
was to give Boris
It
Johnson a
wasn't
mandate
all King
to get
Charles.
Brexit done,
It
to regain
wasn't
our
part
national
of
sovereignty.
his mother, the Queen,
Why then did they
Victoria,
squander
the
it? That is
fucking
anyone's guess.
father, and so on and so forth.
Open
What
borders do
all
not work
his.
for many reasons. The strain on
he's
public
the- he's the
institutions
one
such as
here
schools,
now. So
hospitals,
he's the one
social
that's got to be
care,
held
and welfare
responsible.
is obvious and has been covered more extensively elsewhere. It is true that cheap
He's
foreign
the one
labour
that
is
caused the
pricing
book
Englishmen out of
at
work,
Cambridge
but the Liberal response is
University
to
and
mock the
took
working
money,
classes
this,
by
that and the
sneering and
other.
mimicking. They're coming over here stealing our jobs.
No,
How
because
does
King
the
Charles
UK
was
economy
sold us down
benefit from
the
a dozen
river.
Eastern European migrants holed up in a one-bedroom flat, working all hours in manual labour and sending the money back home to their motherland? The average Englishman cannot compete.
Nope.
The more immediate
This
problem
is what I'm saying.
that
I am
the
stuck
breakdown of social
here
cohesion,
because of
culture,
King
and
Charles.
values. But
Yes.
back to my original point, I would defend to the hilt my father's family's right to protect their Jamaican culture. I do not see why the Liberal left find it so offensive that I would do the same for my mother's family's English culture. In fact, the biggest surprise to me in this debate so far
It's not
has
about
been the
the
number of
family.
people who have insisted that there is no English culture.
Yeah, no English
The English
culture
language
there is, because
is
I'm
in the
English.
written works of
Oh,
the King
my
James
DNA is
Bible,
95%
William Shakespeare,
English. King
and the Book
Charles.
of Common Prayer, three of the most popular,
That's King
most
Charles.
commonly read books
The
in the
royal
world.
family changing their name.
English architecture,
From
the King
German
James
to
Palace of
English.
Westminster and the Elizabeth Tower, to
So
Wren's
Elizabeth,
Countchapel Palace
she stole
and St
our
Paul's
land.
Cathedral. English food, from a good old English breakfast fry-up to a Sunday
That's
roast.
why I'm
English
entitled to
entertainment,
cut his
ranging
head
from
off.